What's up, guys? We came out here to Morris Brown College, United We Stand, with Colin Kapernick and his movement. There were about maybe 100 people out here. So we're standing in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick and boycotting the NFL. So we talked to a few people to find out their views on what we need to do next, what the boycott is going to accomplish, and a whole bunch of other things. Check it out.
Okay, my name is Cedric Sims.
And he is an original Black Panther, y'all. So I am honored. You know, I'm just like over the moon. So we're here at the get together for Colin Kaepernick. So what they're doing to him is trying to shut him out.
Yeah.
So when you originally saw this is nothing new, obviously.
Yeah.
So how did this hit you, and when did you find out about it?
Well, I found out about it when the first time he put his knee right. I was very proud of him.
Right.
Because that's a long history of Black people short. I mean, brothers within the Olympics, they won the Olympics. And they got a stadium named after down here, right? They put their hands, the power of the people, right?
Right.
And so we had a lot of people doing it. And I was so proud of that, to see that brother go down on his knee. And then other brothers started doing it too. But this year, it hurts my heart. It really do, that they starting to recognize. It's always a duh-ha moment when you recognize that you Black. Right. You get that Black moment, somebody come at you crazy, right? But that was his moment, that he knew that now he's just like everybody. I use the word. I don't have no problem using nigga. I heard a lot of that when I was young, you know. My first name was nigga, my last name was boy. You know, so anyway, I'm proud of him, he did that. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. Now, I know difference of opinion if you love America, and that's the only thing you know.
Right.
And you don't understand the politics of what you're doing, understand the philosophy of what you're doing. But all these guys here refusing to do that, and they won't let this man get a job. That's a travesty of justice. You know, if you look at it, jobs, you know, it's just like slavery, wage slavery.
Right.
They take, you know, and, you know, because they go beyond your job. See, I hate that. When you go beyond a person's job, you go out to your own home, you know, you go out somewhere and get a food, they got a problem with that. They want to fire you. You go out there and say something on Facebook now, they're going to fire you. You say something contradictory about the company, they're going to fire you. So, you don't have a life. Your life is based on your job. So choose well. And even though he's making these millions of dollars, right, he just, you know what Malcolm X said, he house nigga, you know. Right. But I love the brother did that because he stood up for something. Right. You know, and making that kind of money, that's a statement. That's how we were back then. We doing stuff that you put your life on the line. Right. You know, riding on the front, trying to ride on the bus, like Claudette Colvin. Everybody say Rosa Parks. But Claudette Colvin, she was a 15-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl. She stood up and said, and they told her to get out, let this white man sit down. And she said, you're violating my rights. She said it over and over again, right? And then they took her to jail. But she's the one, 9 months before Rosa Parks said, but they chose, well, you know, I always get blowing history, don't I? No, that's great. We need that. You know, we absolutely need that. So anyway, they chose her because she was lighter skinned. She was very quiet and sedate, you know what I'm saying? She was a little bit lighter. And she was a good, you know, she's a secretary. Right. And so she just had that nice profile, a good example of how they wanted to see people look to the white. You know, we like you, see? Right. But see, Claudette Colvin now, she was loud, she was brash, she was up in your face, and she knew what her rights were, because they actually studied in high school. So she recognized what it was and told them what they were doing, and she kept doing it. But Ann went to the Supreme Court while Rosa Parks and went up to Detroit and hid out. But 4 other women too. I can't remember. God bless me. I can't remember no 4 other women's names. That's all right. We can look it up. That's the thing now. We have Google. Yeah, we have smartphones. And find out, because I think that's the part that's missing. What do you think that the movement? What's different about the movement now than what you saw back in your 60s? I think a lot of things people are lost. Oh, yeah. You know, they're grasping. They're trying to find something. And this brother he'll tell you, Brother Moore. So I be trying to tell people, I be trying to explain to them what they doing is wrong, or it just don't make sense. You going the wrong direction. They ignore me, so that old fool there. Really? Yeah. I mean, some people ignore me. A lot of people listen to me. Some people ignore me, right? Because I be telling them what's right. I tell them what we did. And see, everybody thinks that because in my generation we didn't do nothing because of the big crack war in 80s and 90s. They destroyed it. Like, man, this era right over here, you seen it before the crack. New York, Chicago. I used to travel all over. I was a truck driver on my own truck, all over the country. Beautiful places, right? You know, especially Chicago. I love Chicago. I had most of my mother's people up there. God rest their soul. But anyway, and see what? Then when I went up there and started going up there in the late 80s and early 90s, man, it was. We were throwing grenades, going to the neighborhood, you know, killing people, bullet holes in your front door. And she bought this home that was over 100-some years old. And then they started burning. It was like one of these row houses. Start one big house, they put in 5 houses. Then the end house burned down. The other house burned down. You know, people enjoy get busted. They burned it down. So, to make a long story short is that, we did a whole lot. But the white man, he thinks, and I don't mean, let me say the man in power.
Right.
He thinks, and he's trying to stay in power. He don't give up his power because every time, like this right here, you breaking the law. It's too many black people coming together. If you remember Marcus Garvey, right, and look at what Hoover said, he said, right. He talked about, man, the most dangerous thing is black people coming together, right? And then that's what he saw. He thought Marcus Garvey was the Messiah. Because back then, we all kept talking about the Messiah,
right.
Gonna lead us, right? And then until we found out that everybody's the Messiah. You know what I mean? So, but that's what we had to deal with. So the young people, I like to say to them, I said, look, slow down, think about what you're doing, do research, right?
Right.
If you don't know, ask somebody. Then if they tell you something you don't know, go check the research what he told you.
You said something very important earlier about this street.
Yeah.
And about the stadium that they built.
Oh, God.
Could you tell us a little bit about this street that we're standing on right now, Martin Luther King Drive?
Well, this used to be Hunter Street. It was one of the most richest streets in Atlanta. It was more money over here than Auburn Avenue. And especially after 65, when they tore down most of Auburn Avenue and Somerville, when they built that new stadium, right? Even though Herman Russell, one of the richest contractors, minority contract Atlanta, helped build that, and also Phillips Arena, I'm sorry, and the old dome.
Right.
But anyway, what they did, we had a funeral procession. When I was 17, we left Ebenezer Baptist Church. We come up there to the state capitol, and Lester Maddox, we had beat Martin Luther King in the head with an axe handle some years before over there in Summit. He said, if a nigga step foot on their property, kill him and stack him. That's what he said, because he was scared. He thought at the size of that crowd, I was behind Harry Belafonte,
wow.
Bill Cosby, stuff like that, what's that little short guy that used to dance?
Sammy Davis.
Sammy Davis. He was, he was a pallbearer. You know why he was a pallbearer? Because he used to get Martin Luther King out of jail. He used to pay for the money.
Wow.
Nobody knew it, right? Everybody, just seeing those powerful black people that, you see on TV entertaining.
Right.
And then seeing them there for one man, right? It wasn't just him, it was a cause, right?
Right, the cause, yeah.
And then we marched down Auburn, we get by there, we come straight down Hunter Street, which is Martin Luther King now, past this way, right? And they took pictures of, I can't find pictures from that bridge there, but right where the dome sits on the south side, that used to be Hunter Street. You see, you look at Hunter Street here, Martin King, it used to go straight through there.
Wow.
That's where Friendship Baptist Church and other churches over 100-some years old. I think Maynard Jackson used to go to Friendship. Now they got their money, got this big old pretty thing over there. But look what they gave up. And you know when they built that first dome, they tore up a neighborhood. I mean, it should be nightclub, businesses, and when I was coming up, I didn't have, it was a long time before I had the black moment, right? Because all I see people had nice cars, they had a black-owned drugstore, had soda fountain over here on Fair Street, which is now a student movement union. And they used to meet there. Nick used to meet there. Nick did their bylaw down here in the Magnolia Ballroom, right?
Wow.
So this area was so rich, man. And we had an Ashby Theater, and also we had a Black Panther shop there on top of it for a while. And Ashby Street used to be mansion. It used to be so many churches. 90% of churches, black churches in Atlanta, gone. And Hunter Street Baptist Church down there. But we went past there and made a left turn and went to Morehouse because we went to chapel there, because that was the second funeral. Because nobody could hardly get in there over the Ebenezer, right? It can only sit 1,200 people. It was less than a couple 100,000, and I don't know what they say, It was quite a few people. And I was up, and I got to bless. Me and my brother was up near the front.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What advice do you have for us younger people, how we could continue the movement? And do you still believe that all power to the people?
I see power to the people means black power, right? You cannot do anything unless you have the people. Read Revolution. Don't quote Kwame Nkrumah, Frantz Fanon. Don't quote them. And if you can't quote them, you better read it, right? Because you learn what a real revolution is.
Right.
Revolution is a nation building process. You're going to go out and shoot somebody and kill somebody, talking about you got 7,000 round ammunition, you're going to shoot down somebody, and then you can't make no ammunition? Don't talk about it. Can you make a rifle, a gun? Don't talk about it. You know how to make a weapon, a bow out, a slingshot? Don't talk to me about it. You can't get sewage out of this city? So have the people have cholera? You ain't talking about revolution. You talking about some TV stuff you seen somebody in the jungle shooting at folk. But revolution is a real thing. It's a 24-hour day job. You have to give up your family. If you don't want, because when you're doing something right, they're going to kill you. They're going to try you when you're doing something right. But obviously they're doing wrong because they talk about Contrail Pro. They don't even know what it is. They're already infested. Yeah. They're already infested. They don't even know it, right? But at the same time, if you ain't doing nothing right, you ain't got nothing to worry about. They know everything everybody's saying and doing. If you hit one thing about a Black Panther thing, they got your number. They might look at you. So Contrail Pro, a good example is late 60s, Mama Lama Karenga come up with this idea of Kwanzaa. And you can check him out. He was the worst snitch and rapist and all like that, right, in the country. And that's why he signed up with the FBI to do that, right? And he turned, he gave a lot of information to anything that was going on in the community. But now, he was a smart man. He came up with this idea and the concept. That back then, we had a lot of fake African stuff.
Wow.
And then we come up with Kwanzaa, right? Stuff that somebody in the language said, language. Everybody, so now, I understand how people feel about it now. But hey, it ain't nothing but a money job, right? You got con, you got bamboozled. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's work with other group. Just don't talk. Do something in the community, right?
Right.
I mean, feed one hungry person. Go give somebody a dollar. Go help somebody learn something, right? This is what we need to do. We need to take our stock seriously, learn, and then go and learn from our mistakes and learn from the successes. Now, Malcolm X said, Benjamin Franklin said, Malcolm X reiterated, the study of history rewards all research, right? But to help you written the phases of the past. It also tell you about the successes of the past. Because when y'all look at history, it's so fractured, right?
Yeah.
All you see is slavery, and then all of a sudden Jim Crow. Then 1955, the Civil Rights Movement started. We fought every day. Some of us were already here.
Right.
Most of 52,000 years ago, we landed down there in South America. 50,000 years ago, we landed there in North Carolina and South Carolina. We had civilizations, a neighborhood down at the 40 Georgia state line. People, slaves used to run south. Right. They fought for 100 years and fought their way back over to Mexico. They just recognized, they call it Afro-Mexicans, right?
Right.
See, and then when we talk about black power, we so looking inside, South America, man. That's where most of the slaves went down there, and that's where a lot of blacks were at anyway, right? That's our brothers and sisters down there. They got the same problem we got, right? What did Marcus Garvey say, we got to turn, all us universal, we all one kind, right? So that's why I want everybody to think. I want them to research. I want to, you can talk and jive all you want to and wave flags, but research and be serious about what you're doing, right? You can find me, you can find some brothers, we'll be in the community. This brother here, Amor, and also what, Harun?
Oh, yeah. Where can we find y'all? Y'all on social media?
Yeah, we're on Facebook.
So tell us your information.
All right, he gonna give it to you. Yeah, we know Street Groom. Oh yeah, we went. That's a long story with that, but
Thank you guys so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you. But like I said, please don't give up the fight, right? It's a long fight, but you can win it.
Yes, we can.
You can win it. You can't win it stupidity. You got to win it with knowledge. Research your history, right? Not the bull history. Research people like Richard Allen, right? Research people like Prince Hall, Hall, right? Research people like, don't worry about it, you can't do nothing here. We're on private property. And so this is what you try to research, right? People that were successful. Look, Alonzo Herndon, A.D. Williams, right? Martin Luther King's grandfather. Look them up. Hell, look up Martin Luther King's, they family got a farm down here in Jonesboro. They buried down there. Martin Luther King, they buried a slave cemetery right up here on South Atlanta, which should be a rich black neighborhood.
What do you think about the Confederate monuments that everybody is thinking about taking down?
Tear them the F down. Tear them down. I don't know what Uncle Andy said. I think Martin Luther King, somebody said Martin Luther King, that's the only man he called Uncle Tom. That was Andrew Young. And you know what he did? You know how he messed up Atlanta? He, when they were putting the Olympics in, that's why him and Maynard Jackson got to fight. And most of the Caucasians don't like, the old political thing down here, they don't like him. The reason is because Andrew Young listened to them, just like this old Don we read. He started building that thing, and he didn't include the black people in there to make money. Like Maynard Jackson was the best mayor he had, and sent and help rebuild the airport and put black people to work and give them open up. And you still can do that, right? But what Andrew Young did, Uncle Andy did, he just went on, and then, a lot of black people lost money. They tore up a lot of black blues clubs that was over there, a lot of things over there. So they just lost everything. Techwood. People got out their projects, right?
Yeah.
And got kicked out of their projects. And that's hard because it's hard to read.
Right.
Yeah, so
starting over when you're used to getting that assistance.